started in a comfortable seat. I thought I disabled the chime, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, that's okay. So lifting the flesh away from your sitting bones and sit up nice and tall. So if you need to sit up on a blanket or a block, please do that so you can find length through your spine. You can use a cushion or a pillow or something a little firm is nice so that you can lift up nice and tall without struggling. You want it to be easy. This is called easy pose. So find an easy, comfortable seat. And then once you get there, drop your shoulders, tag a little weight into the elbows. And let's close the eyes at the beginning of our practice. Again, for anyone who's just joined, you're welcome to unmute if you have any questions or need any help, and then remute yourself. So closing the eyes, and again, tag a little weight into the elbows so the shoulders are moving away from the ears. The chest is nice and open and lifted. Connect to your breath as it moves in and out of the nose. Just check in with your body and the mind and see how you're feeling. And then at the beginning of practice, I like to invite folks to set an intention or a dedication, if you like, for your practice. Choosing one thing and repeating it to yourself 3 times. And if you haven't already, begin to really deepen the breath. So really breathe into your belly, inhale completely. And exhale completely through the nose. Inhale as you expand your belly and open the body. Exhale as you let go of any tension and stress in the body. Nice deep inhale. And exhale completely. So we're going to do a tiny breathing exercise here at the beginning. And it's designed to get us into parasympathetic response. So you can use this breath anytime you feel stressed out. It's a great way to kind of just anchor and ground yourself and get out of that stress response. So what we basically do is try to extend the exhalation longer than the inhalation. And that really brings the energy level down to our rest and digest nervous system. So you're just gonna sit up nice and tall as you were, and then we're gonna inhale for a count of 4. So we'll go in 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna retain the breath at the top for a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. You're gonna try to exhale to a count of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And then just let your breath return to normal. So just a few rounds of that. And when you're holding, it shouldn't feel uncomfortable. It should just be a nice steady hold of the breath. So you can kind of play with that, but it's a great exercise, Kitty's debut, for calming the nervous system. Clearly she needs to do some of that. So let's take another deep breath in. And out. She's not usually that enthusiastic. She's getting a little older. Okay, one more nice breath in and out. Good, let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Let's gather some energy. Breathe in, stretch up. Exhale, send the energy past your fingertips. Inhale, reach. And exhale, release. Come here, Lito. Again, inhale, reach. Sorry, guys. Exhale. You never do this. What are you doing? Okay, so we're going to inhale, squeeze the shoulders up, and make a big circle. Squeeze them behind your back. Inhale, reach up, and back. And one more time, up, and back. Good. Rest the hands by the side. Lengthen up tall. Lift the sternum. Breathe in. Exhale, bow the chin to the chest. Stretch the back. Good, and then we're going to inhale, rock the ear to the shoulder, either side. Feel that stretch through the side of your neck. We're going to walk that same arm out to the side. Lito, are you entertainment today? Silly kitty. Okay. And from here, so make sure you're nice and lifted in the chest, shoulders are back, and then we're just going to gaze over the right shoulder. You're going to inhale, draw a line with the nose, and look toward the ceiling. Exhale as you look over the shoulder, and let your breath be your guide. So you might be going a little slower or faster than me, and that's fine. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Nice full breaths. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Gently draw the chin toward the chest as you bring that arm back to your side. Inhale. Take the head upright and just notice how that feels. Breathe in. Exhale. Bow the chin. Inhale. Draw the left ear to your left shoulder. Open up. Check your posture. Walk the right fingers to the side. Activate your fingertips a little bit. As you breathe out, look over your left shoulder toward the floor. Inhale, turn your gaze toward the ceiling. Exhaling down and inhaling up. So obviously, I think you guys have heard me say this 1,000,001 times, but don't work in pain. If anything hurts, don't do it. Try to find a place where you can work and breathe, maybe coming to the front line of your pain, but not working in pain. So working around it. Good, one more breath. Up and down. Bow the chin to the chest, bring the hand to your side. Inhale, take the head upright, shrug your shoulders here, squeeze them up and down the back. Good, I'm gonna walk my left hand out. I'm gonna inhale my right arm up. Reach up, ground your shoulder, and then you're just gonna walk to the side. Fold here, keep the shoulders nice and open and stacked. Take a deep breath in and out. Keep both hips grounded. One more breath here. Soften the bottom elbow. As you inhale next, reach up tall. Exhale, pull the arm behind you and lower down. Right hand walks out to the side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, fold. Is it really dark? Is it hard to see, you guys? You having a hard time seeing? It's dark in here today. Breathe. Grounded in the hips, soft in the arms, soft in the shoulder. One more breath. Inhale, stretch up tall. Pull the arm back behind you, lower down. Good, let's come into tabletop to the hands and knees. Brighten your fingers on the mat, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Press the mat away from you. Open the insides of the elbows toward the front part of your mat and micro bend your joints so it's not locked. From a nice neutral spine, we'll just drop the belly. We're going to send the tail and the crown to far corners of the room. So think length rather than lift so much. So we want to lengthen. We don't want to crunch in the low back. And then we'll exhale, round up, press the spine toward the sky, drop the head between the arms, turn the tailbone toward the floor. Really press up. Inhale as you open. And exhale as you close. So take your time. Work with your breath. Couple more. And exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. Press the mat away from you. Neck is nice and long. We're going to uncurl the right toes. Send the toes out to stretch through the calf here. So maybe rock a little forward and back, stretching your calf. We want to keep our core muscles active and engaged so we're not sagging in the back body. I just felt myself doing that, so reminder for you guys. Activate your core a little bit. Come back so your shoulders are above the wrists. We're going to lift the right leg, activating the glute muscles a little bit. Draw the toes toward the floor. As you're steady, you're going to reach the left arm out to shake a hand. Keep the shoulder grounded into the back. Find length, find your breath. Building a little bit of heat, breathe here. Engage the core. You should be able to breathe nice and deep still. Good, exhale, come on down. Come back to your tabletop. We'll tuck the left toes under, stretch through the calf. Inhale, rock forward, exhale back. Good, align shoulders above your wrists. As you're ready, lift the left heel, keep the toes pointing down, activate your foot. Imagine standing on the wall behind you. So your foot is nice and long, and flex so the toes are pointing to the floor. As you're ready, add the right arm, plug the shoulder in, breathe here, nice and deep. Engage your core. One more breath. Exhale, release. Awesome. Take your big toes together. Take your knees a little bit wide. We're going to push back over the hips. And then we're going to thread the needle. So allow your hips to press towards your heels. Arms stretch out. And then you're going to take the right arm under the left. You're going to come down to the cheek and the head. So now I really want you to bring the breath all the way up to the top of your shoulders. So nice deep breath in and out. Optional is to take the front arm behind the back toward the inner thigh. So as you breathe in, you're really bringing the breath to the top of your shoulder, and as you breathe out, you're just letting gravity and your exhale release any tension in that shoulder blade. Great, unwind, and then we'll switch sides. So left under right, come all the way down to the head. Full deep breaths, optional. Arm comes behind the back. Maybe it reaches your inner thigh. Letting go with each out breath. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. Release. Walk your arms both out. Bow your forehead to the mat. Inhale to all fours. Bring your knees under your hip points. We're going to take our elbows to the floor. And we're going to walk our elbows out in front of us a little bit. And we're going to just melt the chest and your hips up. Try to bring your chin to the floor. So puppy dog pose. Take your time. Open your chest. You can rest either the chin or the forehead on the mat. Good. Slowly bring your hands back under your shoulders. Come to tabletop. Good. Set yourself up. Walk your knees behind your hip points just a tiny bit. Brighten the fingers on the mat. Make sure the insides of your elbows are rotating forward and micro bend your elbows. Tuck your toes. And we're going to slowly peel the hips up for downward dog. So take your time coming up, no rush. And then once you arrive, pedal your feet. So walk your dog out. One foot bends, one knee bends, and then the other. Keep the energy rising through your tailbone as you relax the head between the arms. Keep pressing the mat away from you. Keep breathing. Good, let's come onto the balls of both feet. Send your hip points way up to the sky and then settle your heels toward the floor. Downward dog, take a breath. Good, from here we're gonna float into a plank position. So you're gonna align shoulders above wrists. You shouldn't really have to move the hands. You might slide your feet a little bit. And then your hips and your shoulders are in the same plane here. So your hips aren't up or down. You're nice and floating. My friend who teaches yoga says surfs up. So I like that analogy. So we're riding the waves here. And then we're going to drop the knees right where they are. You're going to take your chest and plant it between your hands. Elbows stay close. Awkward S pose. Good, slide the legs out from underneath you, tops of the feet press in, elbows hug close as you inhale for low cobra. Gaze is out in front of you, so the neck stays long. We're not wrenching our neck up, we're lengthening. Lift your hands, glue the feet to the floor using your back muscles. Breathe into your belly here. 2 more breaths. If you have any pinching in the back at all, you want to tilt the tailbone toward the heels, listen to your body, or come down lower. Good, release the hands and chin to the mat. Tuck your toes. You can push back through tabletop or straight to downward dog. Good, from here, we're gonna take our right leg high in the sky for a 3-legged dog. Reach up, bend the knee, keep the left leg pressing back, and then we're just gonna hug the knee in and maybe hover here for just a second. You're gonna try to plant your foot up between your hands, and if you can't, you can always reach back and pull it forward, coming into a lunge position. Good, so from here, you're gonna plant the left hand and your right foot is forward. You're gonna peel and open up the right arm to the sky. Keep pressing through the back heel, maybe lower the hips. Open your chest. Exhale, take that arm in a big circle behind you to bring it back to frame your front foot. We're gonna launch off the back foot and step up to a forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need so your fingers touch the floor. Hip distance for the feet. And fold over the legs. Let the head hang. And just notice where you are. How bent are your knees? How tight are your hamstrings here? As we warm up, you should be able to lengthen in your forward bend. Just see where you are. No rush to get anywhere. We're going to grab opposite elbows and hang like a pendulum. Sway gently side to side. Good, release the elbows. Inhale, walk your hands up your thighs and come into a flat back pose. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Good, now we're gonna take our right foot back and come to that lunge position. I'm gonna plant my right foot, so keep spiking energy through the back heel, lift the eye of the knee, back of the knee to the sky, and then peel the left arm up in your twist. Open the chest. Drop your hips maybe. Breathe in. Send that arm all the way in a big circle behind you to frame the foot. Good, lift your hips. Step the left foot back to meet the right in downward dog. Open your chest. Good, taking your left leg high in the sky this time and bend the knee. Keep the right leg pressing back. Inhale, squeeze the knee up, hover for just a second, and step the leg through. Back to our lunge. We're gonna launch off our back foot and step the right foot through, forward fold again. Bow, see where you are, roll yourself up. Nice and slow to stand, shrug your shoulders at the top and open the chest. Find your mountain pose, nice and tall and stacked and engaged. Keeping your knees nice and soft, inhale, sweep up, reach back, open up to the sky, maybe lift the heart up. Maybe you're finding a gentle back bend here, no rush. We're gonna exhale, swan dive, forward bend. Fold over your leg. Inhale, come into that flat back pose, open your chest. And exhale, fold back down, forward bend. Take a giant step back with your right leg. Plant your right hand by your left foot. Inhale, reach up in your twist. Exhale, reach the arm behind you to frame the foot. Pivot your back foot down and reverse a cartwheel up for warrior two. Nice and brief here. Soften your shoulders. We're going to straighten the front leg. You're going to walk your back foot up a little bit and place the foot on an angle so it's facing the corner of your mat. So you don't want to be perpendicular with the foot, but angled. And then the hips are still facing the long edge of the mat. Take your arms out east-west, nice and long. Soften your shoulders, gaze to the left. Breathe in as you grow tall. Feel the feet nice and firmly planted. We're going to bump our hips to the right and then reach to the left. So reach until you can't reach without turning your hips. So just reach, reach, reach. Wherever you get to is fine. See if you can reach a little further and then send the front arm anywhere it lands on the leg. We're not going to lean on the leg. We're just using it as a guide. And then you're sending your top arm to the ceiling and we're opening the chest. Lots of work for the side body here. See if you can find even length in both sides of your torso and breathe. Again, try not to lean on this leg. We're just really using our core strength here to open the pose. Grounded through both feet. Breathe in. Again, we're going to send the top arm in a big circle behind us. And we're going to aim now and turn our torso and our right hip over the front leg. So don't forget to micro bend the knee. And then you can reach your hands and clasp behind the back. You can grab opposite elbows, or you can take prayer pose behind the back if you're more advanced. Again, now we're aiming over the front leg, soft knee, feeling a stretch in your front hamstring. If it's too much, back out a little bit. So in this pose, we really want to send our sitting bones back so that we're activating that hamstring muscle. Open your chest. Keep breathing. If you want to go further and you're comfortable, you can. Totally up to you and where your flexibility is. If you're straining and resisting, see if you can back out and then soften. We don't want to have the muscle tighten up on us. We want it to release. Good. Now we're going to lift up a little bit, come back upright. And then we're going to come back down just a little bit. And then I'm going to have you lift your heel. And then put your foot down. No, I'm not going to have you do that. Hold on. Let's see if, no, let's not do that. Never mind. Skip it. We're going to inhale. As we reach back, lift up. Take the arms to the side, reach out. Bend your front knee. Windmill your arms down to frame the foot. Lift your back foot, step back to downward dog. Good. Pedal your feet. See how that feels. A little different. Inhale, come into plank position. Hover here. Exhale, drop knees, chest and chin. If you want to take chaturanga, if you're feeling up for that today, you're welcome to. We'll slide into a cobra. Or maybe you're up for upward dog. So whatever is in your practice. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't do it. Clearly. Good. Release the hands and chin. Tuck your toes. You can come through tabletop or straight back downward dog. Good. So now we're going to bend the knees and we're going to step our right foot up. You're going to reverse the windmill up for warrior two. I'm going to turn to face you guys so I'm not having my back to you. So I'm facing the other direction. Good. And then sink into your leg, warrior two. And we're going to lower the arms and pivot the back foot up. Again, place the foot on an angle to the front left corner of your mat. And send the hips to the long edge of your mat. Open the arms, soften your shoulders. Imagine someone's pulling your arms to either side of the room, nice and long with the shoulders relaxed. Gaze to the right hand. Breathe in as you grow tall. Even weight in the feet. Exhale as you reach, reach, reach until you can't reach. I forgot to bump our hips to the left. Bump your hips to the left and then reach, reach, reach. Keep reaching. Reach a little further and then let the hand land on the leg anywhere. It's fine. Top arm, left arm reaches to the sky. Open your chest. Again, not leaning on this leg. Breathe. Find length in both sides of your torso. Even weight in both feet. Good. Take that top arm in a big circle behind you as you turn your torso over the front leg. Again, clasping behind the back, but this time you're going to take the other clasp so it feels weird. So grabbing opposite elbows or clasping to the uncomfortable clasp, open your chest, square over your front leg. Pull the arms back, lift, straighten your back, and lift your sitting bones to the back of the room. You should feel that engage, that front hamstring. Make sure it's nice and soft in the knee. And then option is to come all the way down if that's comfortable. You might be great here. You might be getting a good stretch. Again, make sure you're not resisting your stretch. If you are back up, use the breath. And then you'll get a lot further. Neck is nice and long. Good, so then we're going to draw the arms back as we inhale, hinge ourselves up. Bend the front knee. Bring the hands to frame the foot and step back to your downward dog. Go ahead and paddle the feet. Good, we're going to bend our knees. And then options, you can decide how you'd like to make your way to the front of the mat. We're just going to either step, walk, or hop, whatever you like. Fold over the legs here and see where you are. Let the head hang. Maybe you're a little more open. Roll it up slow. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Shrug your shoulders at the top to open the chest. And then we're going to inhale, reach back, sweep it up. Exhale, swan dive, forward bend. Inhale, flat back, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Hands will plant, and we're going to step the right foot back. So from here, I'm going to take my left hand inside of my foot. I'm going to walk my left foot to the edge of the mat, so lizard pose. So we're going to press the mat away from us, lower your hips. You should be feeling this in your left hip. And then if you want, you can drop your back knee. That's totally fine. Other option from here is to bring the elbows to the floor. So now you're really feeling it in the hip. If this is too much, you can stay here. Depends on where you are. You can also drop the back knee. So a couple breaths here in lizard. You want to keep the knee from splaying out, so keep it hugging in a little bit. Your foot should be flat on the floor. No stress in the neck or shoulders. Deep belly breaths. Slowly, if your elbows are down, walk your hands back. We're going to tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee. Now, this is optional. If you have any issues with your ankles or your knees, be very careful, and you may want to skip this. But what I'm going to do, if you're up for it, trying it, We're gonna roll onto the knife edge of both feet. So I'm gonna send my hips away from the front leg. I'm gonna roll onto the knife edge of both feet and then reach the top arm up and over. So you should feel this even more in the hip. You should be keeping the feet flexed. Good, take that arm all the way behind you as you pivot the foot down, come back to your lunge, and then we're gonna walk that foot in. Send both hips high, step back, downward dog. Pedal your feet. Optional flow. If you want to skip it, you can. Plank pose, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Slide into a cobra. Nice breath here. Release down. Come through tabletop or straight back to downward dog. Good, bend your knees and walk your right foot up. And then we're gonna walk the right foot to the edge of the mat so your hand comes to where your foot was. Pressing through the back heel, drop your hips. This foot is gonna stay grounded. Coming into lizard on this side, whichever variation you did on the other side. Maybe you come to your elbows. Maybe you drop your knee. Keep this foot planted. Keep the knee from totally splaying out. Grounding your foot. Deep breaths here in your lizard. Make sure you're not clenching in the jaw or the face. Breathe. Slowly, if your elbows are down, bring your hands up. And then again, optional to try this little twist variation. So we're coming onto the knife edge of both feet. And then the top arm reaches up and over, getting into our hips a little more. Open your chest. Breathe. Top arm reaches in a big circle behind you. Plant your feet. Good. Launch off your back foot. Step up. Forward bend. Fold over the legs. Hang here for a moment. Grounding through your feet. Roll yourself up to stand. Nice and slow. Shrug your shoulders as you open your chest. Good. I'm going to face you guys. We're going to do a balance pose next. So I'm going to offer the tree. You're welcome, if you want to do a different balance, you're welcome to do that if you know what to do. So we're going to start in mountain pose. So lift and fan the toes, feet are parallel, activating up the legs. Again, micro bend the knees, nice and strong in the core. Nice, strong arms, shoulders away from the ears. Head is floating on your spine. We're going to imagine roots coming down from the soles of the feet into the core of the earth. I'm going to shift my weight to my left leg. I'm making sure I've micro bent the knee. And then as you're ready, you can use a wall if you need at home or a chair, that's fine. As you're ready, you're going to take the sole of your other foot ankle to the ankle with the toe down. It's nice if you need some stability. You can use the calf. Please don't use your knee. Or if you're feeling more adventurous, maybe the foot comes to the thigh. So fixing your gaze and breathing. Very important for balance. So feeling that activation of the foot and the leg into each other to create lift at the midline as you reach your arms up. Find your breath, soften your shoulders. Nice deep breath in and out. If you fall out, don't worry about it, just start over. One more breath. Slowly take your hands to your chest. Releasing the foot and shake it out. My kitty. Okay, so now we're going to shift. Starting again, mountain pose. Check your points. Micro-bend your knee. Shift the weight to the right leg. Fix your gaze. As you're ready, ankle, calf, or thigh. Find that action at the midline to lift, hands to heart. As you're ready, bring your branches up. Soften your shoulders. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Soften your face. One more breath. Great. Slowly, hands come down to your chest. Release the leg. Release the arms and shake it out. Nice. We're going to come back to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. See where you are. Plant your hands. We're going to step both feet back, coming into a plank position. Drop your knees right where they are. Good, and from here, I'm going to uncurl my toes. We're going to do a brief side plank. So lots of options for beginners and advanced. So I'm going to place my left hand in front of my face on the floor, and I'm going to align my left knee behind my left hand. So this is for beginners. We'll start here. And then I'm going to stack. I'm going to turn and reach my right foot so it's planted on the floor. You can bring it in front of you a little bit if you need, or in line with the foot, either way. So I want my shoulder above my wrist, and then I'm lining everything up and stacking above my shoulder. Should come back a little bit. And stretching the top arm up. Side plank. You can also reach the arm over the ear if you want a little more stretch through the side body. If you're more advanced, you can keep your bottom, you can stretch your left leg out and stack your feet. You can stagger your feet. You need a little more balance and reach up. Also option, arm over. If you want a little more work, you're going to reach the right leg away from the left and breathe. Keep the hips reaching up wherever you want to be. Listen to your body. It's your practice. Don't hurt yourself. One more breath, and we'll come all the way down. Exhale. Lower the knees. Awesome. I'm going to flip so I don't turn my back to you. And then I'm going to have my right hand in front of my face. I'm going to align my knee behind my hand. Again, starting at the beginner level, planting the left foot down firmly on the floor, stacking, and then reaching. Option is to stack the feet, stagger the feet, or lift the leg away. Find your breath. Again, another option is arm over shoulder. So many options. Breathing is not one. Keep breathing. Even if you're not doing anything, keep breathing. Good, we'll slowly come down. Drop your knees. Awesome, bring your chest between your hands, come all the way to the floor. Yay, good. Make a pillow with your hands and turn your head to one side. Let the big toes touch and the heels fall open, creating a nice circuit of energy in your body. Breathe in and out. Great. We're going to take our hands by our side and gently rock your hips a little bit. Loosen the hips, tops of the feet to the floor. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Chin can come down or forehead, whatever's better for you. And then we're just going to do some extensions. So I'm going to lift my left leg and my right arm. You want your arm and your ear to stay in alignment. So we're looking. As you inhale, we'll reach the right arm and the left leg. I'm sorry, left arm, right leg. We're doing opposite limbs, so just do that. 2 more on each side. Inhale, reach. Stretch, exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale. 1 more round. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. The big finale, we're going to fly on our bellies. We're going to reach all 4 limbs up. Take a breath first. Gather some energy. Next, inhale, reach all 4 limbs and fly. Breathe into your belly. Couple breaths here. Keep breathing. Keep reaching and stretching. 1 more. And exhale, lower. Again, make a pillow with the hands. Big toes touch, heels fall away. Turn your head to the other side. Awesome. Bring your hands under your shoulders and slowly push back to child's pose. Forehead to the floor, arms reach behind you, and let go. Slowly, as you're ready, sitting up on the heels. I'm going to come to the center of the mat for you guys. So we're sitting on the heels, and then we're going to take a seated spinal twist. So I'm going to take both feet to the right and sit to the left. I'm going to cross the right foot over the left knee. And then I'm going to check that I can ground both sitting bones. If I cannot, I'm talking to the guys with tight hips, take your bottom leg out. And that's going to be better than if you try to do it with your hip up. So sit up tall. You can hug the knee in. Find length in your spine. If you need to sit up on something, please use a blanket underneath your hips. That can help. Lifting the sternum up. I'm going to take my right hand right behind my back, and it's going to be really close to my back. So I'm taking it really close to use that as kind of a lever to lift, open my chest. My arm is opening out. And you're going to inhale, the opposite arm reaches up again. Soften your shoulder. As you exhale, you're going to wrap the arm around the knee. If you're more advanced and comfortable, you can take the elbow outside of the knee. So listen to where you are. It doesn't matter. Sometimes this feels better on certain days than others. So we're going to find length in the spine, open the chest, and then if you're comfortable, you're going to gaze over your back shoulder. And then you're going to breathe deeply into your belly. Good. 1 more breath. Slowly unwind yourself wherever you are and walk your hands to the other side. Just a nice gentle counter stretch. Coming back to center, taking both feet to the left. We'll check your hips, plant your foot, extend your bottom leg if you need to. Left arm reaches behind you right next to your back. Open your chest. Inhale, bring the right arm up. Soften your shoulder. Begin the twist from your navel. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. Find the arm position that works for you on this side. Gaze over your back shoulder and find a deep belly breath. One more breath. Great. Slowly unwind yourself and walk your hands to the other side. Gentle counter stretch. Good. Come back to center. We're going to stretch our legs out. And then when you guys hear the bird clock at 1, that's our 1 o'clock signal. You actually have 2 minutes to 1 at that point. I might go over just a couple minutes because we started a couple minutes after 1. So if you need to leave for any reason, that's your cue. Okay, I hope you can stay though. So we'll untuck the flesh from the sitting bones. I'm gonna plant my heels on the mat and unfurl myself. If you want more of a challenge today, you can come out through the boat. That's totally optional. Listen to your body, whatever you wanna do. Make your way to the floor, coming onto the back. Once you get there, take a nice deep breath in and out. And notice how you feel. Good, and then we're gonna bend our knees, place your feet on the floor. Palms down on the mat. Walk your hands towards your heels so the shoulders move away from the ears. Make sure that your neck is long and neutral on the mat. If you're like this, because your neck is super tight, bring a little something under your head so it can be long. I'm just going to do a couple pelvic tilts here. So palms down, feet parallel. We're going to inhale and lift our hip points to the sky. Send your knees to the front of the mat. Breathe into the belly and then exhale as you lower. Tuck your tailbone so it comes down last. See if you can feel the articulation of each vertebrae as you come up and down. Inhale, send the knees to the front, peeling up. Breathe into the belly, exhale, lower. Good, one more time. Inhale, peel it up. We're gonna pause at the top. If you wanna take a variation in your bridge, maybe clasp the hands, that's optional. Send the hips up. Take a deep breath into your belly, neck should be neutral. Breathe in and out. Soften your glutes. Good, release your hands and slowly come back down all the way to the back. Nice, draw your knees into your chest. Give them a nice squeeze. And then we're gonna just massage our back by making some circles with your knees. Reverse those circles. Good, come back to center, squeeze your knees in. We're gonna take happy baby, so you're gonna reach down for the big toe or the inside or outside of the foot or just the ankle, maybe just the thighs, wherever you can reach comfortably without straining your neck and shoulders. Draw everything toward the floor. Draw your tailbone into the mat. We're neutralizing our spine here. So we're pulling everything down, grounding into the back body. Deep breath in and out. Knees should be nice and wide apart. One more breath. Awesome. Slowly lower the feet to the floor. If you have any tension in your back at all, take your feet a mat width apart and let the knees fall toward the midline. If you feel good in your back, stretch your legs out, feet a mat width apart, toes flop out. We're all going to bring our shoulders behind our back and allow the palms to face the sky. Allow the fingertips to curl toward the hand as they relax. Gently rock your head side to side. Neutralize your neck. Using a prop if you need. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breathe into your whole entire body. Exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. Let go of your entire body and let it sink into the earth. Let everything drop. Relax your entire body completely. Briefly scan your body for any tension you might be holding. See if you can melt that tension every time you breathe out. Just let it go. Relax. 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 And slowly, as you're ready, just wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe rock your head a little side to side. And as you're ready, you'll bend the knees to place your feet on the floor if they're not already there. And slowly make your way to the right side of your body, coming to a fetal posture for just a moment. Noticing any changes in your body and your mind, and recalling any intention or dedication you set for your practice today. You're going to use your left hand to push yourself back to a seated position. Take your time as you come up. Sitting up nice and tall. Floating on the spine. Inhale, let's reach the arms up. Seal the hands at the top. Bring that energy down to your heart. Bow to yourself with gratitude for practice today. We'll bow to each other. Namaste. Namaste. Happy Friday, everybody.